Many of you will recall, over the last several years, Trump has talked time and time again about crimes committed by undocumented Latino immigrants. His demonization of Latinos is nothing less than racist. It is wrong, and it also happens to be factually inaccurate.
So Bernie Sanders giving his own reaction after Stacey Abrams gave hers, and Bernie Sanders not liking a lot of what he heard last night. California Democrat Congressman John Garamendi, Northern California, back with us, sir. How you doing? And thank you for coming back to our program.
Good to be with you, Bill.
Tell me something you liked last night.
Well, I like the tradition. I like the tradition of the State of the Union. I watch it over these many years, and the half of the Congress that is of the same party stands up and cheers. The other half sits on their hands. It was our turn to sit on our hands this time around. But that's a great tradition, and it's an important part of the American
democracy. They did a lot, as you know. Bernie Sanders
Sure.
called him racist and trying to divide us up. Does he speak for you on that issue?
I think Bernie Sanders speaks for Bernie Sanders. He's not a Democrat, never has been a Democrat, and he's been an outlier. Certainly he played a major role in the last presidential campaign, but I think he's not going to play much of a role in this coming election.
Okay, I want you to take a look at this moment. You talked about sitting
Sure.
on your hands, right? I mean, that was the
Yeah.
phrase you used, I do believe I heard.
It was our turn. Last year or 2 years ago, it was the Republicans.
All right, about halfway in, this happened.
No one has benefited more from our thriving economy than women, who have filled 58% of the newly created jobs last year.
Well, he got them off their hands.
He certainly did.
It took a while.
He did, but it was interesting to note that nearly all of those women were on the Democratic side of the aisle. And we've had enormous success as Democrats reaching out to women across the nation. Many reasons for that. Certainly the Trump presidency is one of those reasons. But beyond that, it's critically important. As a father of 5 daughters, I really appreciated the fact that the president raised this issue. And even more so, I appreciate the fact that most of those women, nearly, I guess, 80–90% of them, were in white, and they were on the Democratic side. It was a great day for us.
There's this quote that Sarah Sanders gave just the other day that it keeps coming back to me, and I've been asking a lot Republicans and Democrats how they frame this. She said Democrats have to make a decision at what point they help the country and stop hating this president. How real is that in Congress today?
Well, there are clearly very substantial issues that divide the Democrats and Republicans, and particularly divide Congress from the presidency. One of those is the president's continuing threat to use his emergency powers to really take over the constitutional authority of Congress to appropriate money. In this specific interest, it has to do with the appropriations that we have made for disaster relief, and the president has threatened to take that money, about $5 billion from California, a good portion of that from my own district, as well as from Texas and the other places that were hit by hurricanes. That is a fundamental constitutional conflict between the Congress that has the constitutional appropriation power and the president that has the power to spend the money.
Well, let's see if he goes that way. We don't know what decision he's going to make. Remember, he said last night, not just a simple concrete wall, see-through steel barriers. Yep. Just a few seconds left. When you use the word hate, it says a lot. And is that the feeling you get from some of your colleagues about this president?
No, not at all. But I would say a substantial difference in policy.
John Garamendi, thank you, sir, the Democrat from Northern California. You come on back, all right? Much more to talk about.
I'll look forward to it, Bill.
Thank you for your time today.